This program is proudly brought to you by the YJFL Live Official app. With live scores, team stats, player stats and much more. Everything you need for the YJFL in the palm of your hand. Download it from the App Store today.
Hi, this is Shankar for Complete Sports Management here at Wortmore Park. The teams, St. Mary's and Surrey Park, just completed their game and St. Mary's won by 68 points. I have here with me Chops Lankau, the Surrey Park's coach. Chops, that was the last game of the season.
That's it, yeah, we're done now. All over for us.
Probably looking for a win.
Yeah.
Although a tough game, but
yeah,
unfortunate that it had to end the season in a loss.
Yeah, that's true. But coming out to St Mary's at their home ground, they're going on a finals campaign. I thought they might have been off the ball. Maybe they rest a few players and it gives us a chance. And with finals in the background, but geez, they played some good footy today. So I thought we had a chance, but they snuffed it pretty early for us. And we tried hard, and I think we outscored them in the last quarter, but it was probably a bit of junk time. But to our kids' credit, geez, they play well. They never give up. That's what they do.
Do you think that start made by St. Mary's had an effect on your players?
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with their warm-up. They were sort of like, it's their last game, I thought they'd be a bit more motivated and to go out there. So I gave them a bit of rev up to start, but St Mary's were just switched on and they had a really good ruck division and they're on-ball brigade and they're well skilled out the back. And we tried to stop that. I tried to nullify that and go man-on-man in the middle, but they got some heavy bodies in there and they were too clean. And they also got some scoreboard pressure on us, which hurt. So we found it hard to rebound after that. The boys got a bit deflated, but they still tried hard.
Yeah, and in such a kind of season, what positives can you take to try and implement for the next season?
Yeah, well, whoever coaches next year, I'm not quite sure who's coaching Colts next year, but for the year for us, it's been all about effort. It's been terrific. They probably learned now that they need to do a pre-season, which we didn't do much of. The group's quality, but I think there's 13 bottom age, 14 top age, so 14 disappear. But the 13 that are here, they've got at least a good schooling now for what can happen next year. So hopefully the 15s that come up are playing 15 goal. So if they come up, they can really make a confident and really strong team for Colts next year. So I think Surrey will be hoping for a strong team next year.
Yeah, and in today's performance, I thought Nick Balronos was exceptional for Surrey Park, along with Josh O'May as well. So what do you have to say about them?
Yeah, Josh and Nick were okay. They were crook. Nick was crook. I had a few blokes. Geez, it's been a late winter, so there's a lot of people with flu. So everyone was a bit white today. And but little Joe Tully on the wing. I had Nongi in the ruck. I thought Thomas out the back was really good. Everyone tried in different stages, but across the ground we gave away an inch and probably a few kilos as well. So everyone played at their role, but yeah, you're right. Josh May, Nick, our captain was okay. Declan played all right. To all of them, I just hope they go on and play, good footy next year.
Yeah. So tough luck for this season, Chops. But all the best for all the players.
No worries.
Whoever plays Colts and then they are above 19s.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, it's good. But
all the best to all of them.
Thanks, Shank. I'd just like to thank Complete Sports Management for their ongoing support for the year. It's been fantastic. So professionally run and gives everyone an eye to what goes on in Colts footy, which I think is some of the best footy played these days. And I think the kids really appreciate it. And it's just really can't wait for the final series. I reckon it's going to be a cracker. So I think my tip would probably be Fitzroy, but I think on the day anyone could probably win it.
Yeah, so hoping for a good finals in the coming weeks. And
final series should be good. Yep, no worries.
All the best to Surrey Park for next year.
Thanks, mate.
So this is Shankar. Moving on to the St. Mary's. Hi, welcome back to Complete Sports Management. This is Shankar here at Wortmore Park. I have here with me Jackson Davies and Thomas Hardy of St. Mary's, where St. Mary's just beat Surrey Park by 68 points. So Jackson, it was a really quick start to the game. You scored 5 unanswered goals in the first quarter. So what do you have to tell us about that?
Yeah, it was a good start from the boys. Pretty rare for us really to get a good start like that. But start from the middle with Tommy, Nick in the ruck, things like that. It was just won the clearances easy today. Started with that.
And Thomas, do you think that the second and fourth quarter was a much more competitive game than the other two quarters?
Yeah, they brought it to us in the second and fourth, and we kept fighting back, and I think we got on top of them in both quarters. But we just ran the ball well in every quarter today. Just played well. So yeah.
So what do you think, what was said during halftime? Because you had that massive lead heading into halftime, and the second quarter was, like you said, a much more competitive affair. So what was said during halftime so that you went on and put that extraordinary performance in the third quarter?
Just to keep going, basically. Don't stop now. The game's not won yet. We wanted to go into the finals with some good form, and I think we've done that. And we're starting to really win the clearances, which we haven't really done lately. With it's just our on balls have lifted lately. Yeah.
And to both of you, what do you think of qualifying for the playoffs, and how do you look forward to improve on what you're currently doing?
It's always good to make finals and stuff. We just need to keep going. We've been playing well past 4 weeks. If we keep that up, we should make the granny and probably go well there. Probably we could win it, I reckon.
What about you, Jackson?
Yeah, I think we compete really well with all the top teams. I think we've beaten Burundara, Banyul twice. We're always close with Fitzroy, so it'll be an interesting final series.
Yeah, and one last question. Does your coach not being available with you during match days affect your performance on the pitch?
Look, it did affect us, I think, early, but I think we've all started to accept it. I think, obviously, it does affect the team. Structures change a little bit, boys move around positions, but I think all the boys have coped pretty well. Just realised, I guess it's happened, got to move on.
All right, so congratulations for today and moving through the playoffs. This is Shankar signing off from Wortmore Park. Thanks for watching.
This has been another Complete Sports Management production.